Welcome back to Lenz Comic Corner Classic. That's known classics. This episode number 2079, Doubleshot in 1973. I got two Batman-related trades. This first one, well, it was very mixedly received, especially for the writer. Now, here's the strange thing with this book. By the way, the book is basically Batman Catwoman. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know this book was actually supposed to start publishing in January 2020, but it was delayed by an entire year? Why the heck this was? Was it the pandemic, which happened a couple months later? No, it was delayed for absolute no reason at all. I've never heard the reason for this. And it came out, and after like the first 6-7 issues, the book was even delayed for some strange reason. I do not know why this is. And eventually, it's released a special, and eventually when the series finally concluded, it's like, okay, the series is over. Don't know why about that. Now, this book does contain the main 12-issue Max series that is Batman Catwoman, along with the special, and also the annual, the Catwoman 100-page special, stories with, and story from Comics 1027. Tom King writes pretty much everything in here. Yeah, he pretty much does. Yep. These are the artists for Batman Catwoman, the main series. That's Clayman and Liam Sharp as the artist. For Batman number 2, that's Lee Weeks and Michael Lark. Walt Simonson does the artwork for Detective Comics 1027. The Catwoman 80-page, 80 anniversary 100-page spectacular done by McKellen. And the special is done by John Paul Leon and Mitch Gerards. Most of this book, we just continue Batman Catwoman's relationship. Now, here's the strange thing about this book, aside from the strange delays. The book is semi-canon to the Marvel Universe, to DC Universe. Yes, it's semi-canon, despite it's under the Black Label imprint. Also, the several depictions in here are basically seeing Batman and Catwoman having sex in bed. Yes, several times. The only reason why that is allowed here because of the Black Label imprint. That's the only reason for it. The annual, in case you're curious, though, it's a possible future for them where it's kind of follow up in the main series, where it involves like a teenage version of their daughter. Future becomes like, well, Huntress per se. Yes. Now, in the main book, we have the first in-universe appearance of, get this, a character who appeared only in one movie, Masked Phantasm, and also appeared in Batman Beyond comic book. Who is he, you might ask? Andrea. Yes, Bruce Wayne's first love. Yeah, this comic here is her first ever appearance in the comics. But for some reason, she's a little older. Yeah, I do not know why this is. And also, Catwoman was wearing a slightly different costume than usual. Yeah, for some reason, she's wearing this attire. This look on the cover, it's a completely different suit. Yeah, I do not know the reason for it. There's also a picture here of Catwoman wearing her gray costume from a TV show. And it's also related to, well, not only her. Look, she is, the Mask of the Phantasm. Great to see this again. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, a nice butt shot for Catwoman. Yep. But this book overall, and this is just my opinion, I think this book is actually really good. I think Tom King does a good job with this book. It was quite interesting to read this one. And I'm going to give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Just really good. I enjoyed it. I know some people are not fans of Tom King because he describes, especially when he wrote Batman Catwoman's dialogue in the main Batman book, as robotic. Yes, seriously, he described their dialogue as robotic. Didn't seem robotic to me. That's someone's opinion. I'm not going to basically subscribe to that. Our next up is basically a book that I've not reviewed, the trade series I've reviewed in quite a while. We have Robin by Chuck Dixon, Volume 4, Turning Point. This book collects issues 613 and showcase 5 through 6. 613, I'm not going to discuss them because, well, here's kind of the reason why. Because I've already discussed these before. They're most of the tie-ins to Nightfall. Exception of issue 0. That's the tie-in to 0 Hour. Showcase. That's just a couple of short stories featuring, well, Tim Drake. The artwork of the issues done by Tim Gromit, Phil Jimenez, and John Carey. The showcase issues was I'm mainly going to talk about here. It's kind of set during Nightfall, but I don't remember how I've talked about it before. It's called Benedictions. It's on by Chuck Dixon and Phil Jimenez. We mostly just have the Azrael Batman just doing killings, and we have actually trying to kill people. We have the Huntress in her outfit she wore prior to her redesign of the 2000s. It's mostly just basically a story focused on Huntress per se, and Robin doesn't show up with the part 2 of the story. Actually, it doesn't show up at the end of part 1. Yeah. Because most of the you kind of think of this as a, it's a Huntress story guest starring Tim Drake. My only guess is the reason why they included it, which they included this for Robin issue number 6, which continues where this benediction lives off. Mm-hmm. So this issue we'll talk about here because this issue, so this just continues that little issue there. What's up with Anarchy? Like I said, and then we have, and they continued in Showcase number 6. This is Showcase 94 number 6. Yeah, Showcase 90s was a series of 3 12-issue action series. And this one issue, Robin just crossed over this thing just cuz. But it's a really good multi-parter. Yep. And then immediately right afterwards, we have the Nightfall stuff, which I'm not going to discuss here. The stuff that's not related to the Biomax 3-parter, it's a really good 3-parter. I like the team between Tim and Huntress. It's good. Really good here. I'm not going to say much about the Tim DeGraw book because basically nothing said about that book. Yeah, and also like I said, I'm not discussing the rest of this book purely because of the fact I've already discussed this before in reviewing Nightfall and, of course, Zero Hour. Yep. So, here's a fun fact for you about this trade series. Excuse me. There is effectively one more trade left to review for this trade series for Rob by Chuck Dixon. Yes, one. Because for some strange reason, DC stopped after 5 books. While Nightwing gets 8 books to complete Chuck Dixon on that book, but not this book. Heck no. 5, and that's it. Birds of Prey got freaking 3 books before they stopped that for some stupid reason. Yeah, but is what you will. Okay, so that's the particular review. Next episode will be Bleach. Then I'll review what happened. I'm gonna review what talk about and talk about that one, and I'm gonna do that one next. Okay, so, bye.